Welcome back, everyone. 9 o'clock on your Saturday morning. Thanks for waking up with us here on 13 Sunrise. I'm Matthew Foltz alongside Sean Ash, who is in for Lindsay Monroe this morning. And we know everyone is anticipating the storm to come. We know we're still a day away, but right now these are some very, very cold temperatures.
Yeah, cold today. Lot of dry time. This evening we'll start to get into some snow. The real heavy stuff gets in here tomorrow, and we're still on target, in my opinion, for a very significant snow event here and significant travel impacts for tomorrow. Here's today. You can see those are single-digit temperatures, a lot of cloud cover, harmless cloud cover at the surface. It is very, very dry. Clean sweep on radar. This stuff is all elevated, but it does give you a little hint of where it will snow first later this afternoon. Look at these dew points. That's why your hands are probably so dry right now. It is extremely dry, and that will delay the snow. We didn't expect much today. There's the wind chills you'll have to deal with for today. Here's future track 13. Keep an eye on the clock. We'll stop it at 4 p.m. Approaching the metro area, already lightly snowing there in central Indiana. And then this is the evening. Now we say light, but impactful. The roads are going to be coated and your travel times are going to be slow this evening. Tomorrow is a different story because the storm gets closer. We'll be in the moderate to heavy snow at times through the morning into the early afternoon, and this is going to be a big snow hit, especially over the central and southern part of the state here. We may have to adjust the bands a little bit, but the overall idea hasn't changed. Big time travel issues for tomorrow. More on that and a very cold 7-day forecast here in a few moments.
All right, thanks, Sean. We start this morning with breaking news of a fatal crash in Johnson County. So we want to give you a live look at where it happened. This is the NDOT camera, the sheriff's office confirming that it happened on I-65 at the 100 North overpass. So you can still see emergency crews over there on the top middle of your screen. The interstate is open while crews continue to investigate the scene. But here's a photo of the crashed vehicle from the sheriff's office. So officers say this happened around 5:30 this morning and that one person died at the scene. We're also told crews only found one person inside the crashed vehicle. And right now we're still working to learn exactly how this crash happened. Of course, this is a story we'll continue to follow and bring you updates as soon as we learn more. And we're also learning and following more breaking news from downtown Indy. This comes after Lawrence police say a police chase led to a crash there. So police say officers in Fortville caught a car speeding of going more than 100 miles per hour along Pendleton Pike. Lawrence police set up spike strips to stop that vehicle. Officers say the car hit those strips and eventually slowed down and then got boxed in near Mass Ave and Dearborn Street. That suspect was taken into custody. Of course, this is a story we'll continue to update you on as soon as we get more information. Well, new this morning, Metro Police tell us at least one person is dead after a crash on the city's west side. Officers say it happened just after 1 o'clock this morning at the intersection of West 34th Street and Dandy Trail right by I-74. Police tell us an Indy DPW snowplow and a pickup truck were involved in this crash. Investigators believe the snowplow was stopped at a red light when the pickup truck crashed into the back of it. The driver of the pickup truck was taken to the hospital where he later died. We're still working to learn if there were any other injuries and what exactly led up to this crash. We'll keep you posted once we learn more. Well, right now, Central Indiana is preparing for severe winter weather with this weekend storm, and Indy leaders are sharing how they're working to keep the roads as safe as possible. So Indy DPW says their initial focus for plowing will be on what they call priority 1 routes. So those are major roadways and streets serving hospitals and fire stations. They'll also treat bridges and overpasses, which they say are prone to having black ice. Crews say they've already been out treating streets with salt and hoping to melt some of the snow and ice. And take a look at this map. This is the Indy Snow Force viewer. So on it, you'll see different colors showing you the streets that crews are actively plowing and the last time they were cleared. So this is just a good resource to have this weekend, and you can find more information plus this map on our website at WTHR.com. And right now, as crews both locally and nationally prep their salt trucks and plows, some places here in Indy are having a hard time finding salt. Our Marina Silva has been looking at one company and what they say has been their biggest challenge. Good morning, Marina.
Good morning, Matthew. Well, this kind of salt is a pretty hot commodity right now, as a lot of companies are having trouble trying to get it. We all know what kind of salt this is. It gets stuck in your shoes. It's probably all over your house during this time of year. But it's been pretty hard to come by, especially for some of those private contractors. The first dibs are going to cities and towns who are needing it. Donnie Mullis works for Circle City Outdoors. He's the owner. He says he has enough to get him through the storm and the rest of the season, but he would like a little cushion so he isn't worried. He says trying to get that salt has been difficult.
We were scheduled to be getting salt late yesterday and then multiple loads today, this Friday before our big snowstorm coming in from Nashville, Tennessee, but cut off there before we could even start on Thursday. So I have no idea where our next salt's coming from.
Donnie was telling me it's been a lot of late night calls, calling different states, traveling, all seeing if anybody has this salt. The town of Cicero in Hamilton County, Indiana, already put out a warning to people about the regional salt shortage. They're limiting it to major intersections, railroad crossings, and traffic signals. Now, we did check here locally in Indianapolis, and DPW says they do have enough salt to get through the storm. But we're getting a lot of cold temperatures, as our meteorologists have already told you, and that can actually reduce the effectiveness of this snow. DPW says they're going to use it sparingly at the beginning and then just keep monitoring it. But the best advice I have for everybody is if you can stay inside, especially with the snow and these cold temperatures, stay inside. Let's give those crews room to work and the time to work. Matthew?
Yeah, that's great advice right there, Marina. Reporting live for us this morning, I'm Marina Silva. Thanks, Marina. And if you are worried about power outages, AES Indiana tells us that they don't expect issues since we're getting snow instead of ice. So right now they're focusing on the bitter cold.
As temperatures drop, demand for electricity naturally increases. While that additional demand does put stress on the system, our grid is designed to handle these conditions, and we prepare for this every year.
Now, AES also says if there are outages, they are prepared and fully staffed. They also recommend having an emergency kit on standby. And if you do have to travel this weekend in this weather, we have some things you need to have in your car in case of an emergency. So you'll want to make sure your kit includes everything you see right here on your screen. That includes a cell phone charger, blanket, first aid kit, bottled water, snacks, and even an ice scraper that can help you get some traction if you find yourself stuck in any situation. Well, right now, winter storm preps are stretching all across the state. We're now learning that state agencies will be gathering at the Emergency Operations Center in downtown Indy to keep an eye on all of this. That includes state police. They say they want to make sure that everyone who needs to go out can get around safely, and they've also spent this entire week getting ready for the storm.
We take the same preparations that we ask everybody else to do. We equip our vehicles with emergency supplies. We have blankets, we have extra clothes, we have coats, we have extra boots in case our feet get wet. We carry all those things, even a snow shovel. I always put a snow shovel in my car during a snowstorm because that could be very beneficial if I need to dig somebody out or dig myself out.
Now, this is all in a coordinated effort to make sure the storm everyone is safe during this storm. And to get help and to help out with all this, Governor Braun says he just activated the Indiana National Guard. They'll be patrolling for stranded cars and getting people to safety. And we all know this winter weather is not stopping the IU Hoosiers in their national championship celebration. Leaders with the university confirmed to us that they're keeping the championship celebration outside at Memorial Stadium. They say it's safer there since fans would line up for hours to get inside of Assembly Hall if they were to move it there. So it all happens this afternoon at 1 o'clock. And if you would like to watch it, we got you covered. You can watch it on our free streaming app, WTHR+. And that's also where you can watch our extended weather coverage. It will help you stay up to date during extreme weather conditions. It's a free download on Roku, Fire Stick, and Apple TV.